What up with it, y'all? It's Coffee on the vid. Back at it, and man, shout out to Robbie Analog, I believe his name is. I was doing a video the other day on Lil Wayne, man. I'll pin it below if you ain't seen it. Weezy lost this legal dispute that had been going on for some years, regarding a rhyme book that he lost. A whole notepad just full of bars, his own personal artwork from pertaining to tracks that he had written, and just a real gem, for a hip hop fan. And just, if you appreciate the arts and all that, Weezy apparently left it in a vehicle he used to own, and some dude bought the car, found the rhyme pad, and been trying to sell it. And Weezy tried to contest it all, but at the end of the day, lost, right? And it was like, damn, man, this is pretty crazy. And wonder if this dude will see some real bread selling this rhyme book now that it is his to own and sell and all that. But as always, when we do these videos, man, over here on the J Coffee Talk platform, it's all about hearing from y'all, the people. I always say, tap in, let's talk, let's coffee talk it up. And I really mean that, man. You know what I mean? I'm active in those comments, seeing what y'all are talking about. I don't claim to be no expert. I'm just an individual, making some content and trying to chop it up with y'all, the people. And Robbie Analog enlightened me into this story as I was asking when it came to MCs losing their notepads, right? Like this Wheezy situation. I had heard of a couple instances in the past, but didn't know if they were real or just like folklore and rumor, right? And one of them I mentioned, I think, was there was always a rumor about Eminem. I don't know if that was true. Lloyd Banks supposedly was getting active with some groupies, and I think they took the notepad. I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if that one was official or not either, but this one that Robbie Analog filled me in on most definitely is, and it's regarding the late, great MF Doom, who is just such an interesting individual to me. Rest in peace, no question, man. Dude is so dope, like an underground legend. And I really dug the whole persona with the mask. You know what I'm saying? I'm like an individual in a sense when I tap in on here, right? I'm just a voice. I like to have this different persona in a sense, separate from my life, and just exist in a different way in the blogosphere when I'm out here chopping it up with y'all. And from tapping into MF Doom's story, I remember seeing how he was part of a group or a collective early on, and when he donned the mask later, it was like he became a different type of MC in a way, in a sense, like, no question, everyone comment your favorite MF Doom songs, tracks. If you think I'm not exactly hitting on what I'm speaking on correctly, like, let's talk about it. Once again, it's all about hearing from y'all, the people over here. But I thought that was just so dope how he kind of was mysterious and in the cut. And I flucked with his music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not someone who listened to every single thing he put out, but I most definitely listened to a good amount of it, and I flucked with it. And as a fan of Griselda too, Westsidegunn and Doom, them having a working relationship too, I also had an appreciation for Doom. You feel me? Now, a couple years back, right when the lockdown had ended or was still going on, I remember word had hit the blogosphere that Doom had passed, but he was, even in his passing, was very secretive and mysterious, as it didn't get reported until later on. And I don't even know if this is the official date of his passing, Halloween 2020. But such a sad story, man. A reaction to meds that he was on for a condition that he had. And when allegedly, reportedly, this all went down and he was hospitalized because of the sickness and the lockdown and all that, his wife couldn't even see him, which is heartbreaking to hear, man. For real, man. Like, those were flucked up times, and I really feel like the world has never been the same since the sickness and lockdown and all that. Like, time's been passing differently. The world is spinning different on its axis or something. Reality just don't feel the same. Comment and let me know if y'all agree with that. And as a side conversation too, the show Atlanta. You guys remember that one episode? I believe it was in the last season of the show's run, or maybe the second to last, where There was a dude, I think it was inspired by MF Doom, who passed away. And he seemed to, as that show touched on a lot of real life hip hop stuff. And sometimes it was satirical. Sometimes it was like social commentary on certain things. Sometimes it was just bugged out. But there was an episode where there was a rapper that passed, and it was like he was speaking to everyone through this extra secret like scavenger hunt with clues that came from his music. And then, you had to move around. And if you went to all the right places and did the scavenger hunt correctly, you ended up at dude's funeral. I felt like that was like a play on MF Doom in a sense, with his passing being so mysterious and disputed on exactly what happened. But as you see, Robbie Analog filling me in on this was so fucked up that MF Doom had some rhyme pads that this dude, Egon Stone's Throw or Egon something, I don't know, a dude that I guess is a Polish rapper, and Doom worked with him in the UK, I think. And apparently he had some of Doom's rhyme pads. And at one point, you could see Doom's wife, after his passing, sharing old emails that seem to be from his wife, now widow, and Doom himself is what it is thought to be. His dude's name is Carlo Metal. Is that Franks, which sounds like a Doom alias, requesting these notepads back, and it never happened. And then after his death, his widow posted this, hoping that it would motivate dude to send the notepads back. Even Talib Kweli tried to do his part for what's right in hip hop, to contact dude to give the notepads back, but it seems like it never happened. And you really can't find any other updates on this, only that when things went like the legal route, apparently like attorneys got involved and were saying that dude was claiming that the notepads were more or less his because he was the landlord of the studio, because the property had been behind, which was these notepads, as well as I'm sure some other stuff, but also that there was like a balance rent that had been unpaid. So like he was like saying, by default and him owing me, these are mine, which I think is fucked up, man. I mean, like, hey, I get it. If that indeed is actual factual, like if he can provide everything to prove that Doom owed him rent, like, okay, if you really want to take it that way, I guess you could say they're yours through like some, legal ish. But to me, what always legal and what's right ain't the same thing. Like the fact that we see these chain of emails of Doom contact him and his wife, again, now widow, contacting dude, and dude responding and everything. Like, those were Dooms, man. Like this other unpaid rent ish, I don't even know if I buy that, man. But regardless, I feel like he should have just did the right thing and sent the notepads back to this underground legend's wife / widow. Like, come on, man. What kind of foul fuckery is that? What are you gonna do with them? Try and sell them? Try and eat off a dead man, a deceased man? Like, I'm just not feeling it personally. You let me know what you think about it, but there hasn't really been any updates other than this, so I'm inclined to believe that Doom's family never got the notepads back. And I just think that is so fucked up and foul and just not righteous, not how things should be naturally. Like, this is so unorganic that this Polish Egon Stone's Throw, whatever the fuck his name is, I'm not up on dude like that, holding these notepads hostage, talking about some old rent money. Like, come on, B. Do the right thing. Give them back, But that's all I really got on this one. Jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. If you had heard this story before, if you ever heard of any other MCs who lost notepads as well. And, your thoughts about MF Doom, this whole situation, and his music, his legacy, all that in the comments below. Like, these notepads, like, they're such personal pieces of art to these rappers like Wheezy, Doom. Like, you know what I mean? It just really does feel unorganic in the craziest way for someone else to have him, man. But the link to the Wayne video is below. And again, if there's any updates I didn't touch on this one, or anything y'all think I missed or whatever, let's talk about it in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. Peace. R.I.P. MF Doom.